What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and what an incredible day we've had today. We traded higher off the breaker that I was drawing our attention to. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll know that I was anticipating more of a deeper retracement because I really didn't like how we were hanging around that breaker high. But nonetheless, dollar was happy to trade on higher in a rush and ran towards our buy side targets very nicely. So yeah, gorgeous day, to be honest. And to be honest, I've learned a lot as well, because if you remember yesterday's video as well, I mentioned how we only just about swept that Monday low, and I wasn't that wasn't convincing enough for me. But now I know that that's all it takes for price to have, you know, the wherewithal to trade on higher like that. So beautiful delivery to the upside. Now, what can we look at? Well, the fact that we've traded through and now we've closed above this high means that this down close candle right here now acts as a bullish order block. So we need to make sure we get the open of that delineated. I'll make that black. And now we have a daily bullish order block that if price is to ever come back into, so long as we're on the buy side of this, you know, higher time frame curve, it should act quite sensitively. So I'll put daily bullish order block like so. And we'll make that black. And then now we need to start thinking where we reach into. Well, like I said, our overall target is up here. Whether we reach up there this week or not is another story, but we do have a rejection block level right here. So why is this a rejection block level? Well, although this wick is before this wick, it's still a rejection block because I don't know how to explain this. Usually a rejection block is when price trades into this range and then comes off of it. So when we have a wick inside of it, like this wick, for example, this will be classed as a rejection block because price traded into it and left it. It still applies when price wicks into it before it. I'm anticipating this to act as a rejection block basically. So it's not technically one yet because it hasn't done it. But when price gets up to this level, I do expect a rejection away from it. So I'll keep that delineated in case we do reach up into there as we move into the new day. Let's now drop down to the 4 hour and you'll see how we came down into that breaker, which I was not sure about. You see we gapped higher very aggressively and now we're trading on to the upside. So moving into tomorrow, what am I expecting? I'd like to see the low. Excuse the noise. I'd like to see the low get created at around London. So I want to see a continuation and then use that breaker high. I was talking about this level right here to help trade on higher. Now, don't get me wrong, price doesn't even need to retrace this deeply realistically at this point. We may only retrace into this range right here. So retracement in itself is going to be quite interesting to see. So let's drop down to the 1 hour. I think it'll be a lot more clear. And you can see we're a bit in a consolidation. That 10 o'clock news wicked down into this bullish order block, which happens to be on that break onto that bullish order block level. Bullish order block high, above here. So moving into the new day, what do I want to see? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if moving into the new day we just carried on rallying higher and started reaching towards that premium, and then we'd probably get a reversal towards Thursday or Friday, depending on how bullish we are. So let's do the 15-minute, and you can see this heavy consolidation. There's no reason for us to anticipate a retracement right now. So yeah, I'm happy. So long as we stay above this bullish order block right here, I'll draw it out right now. This one. So long as price is supported above that, moving through Asia, I'm happy for London to be long on dollar with the expectation to reach into our rejection block level. Now, where could we be reaching to? Well, if we scroll across, very far across, I don't even know if I'll have the data available. Right, so I did see a fair value gap on the hourly, so let's have another look. And you'll see that we have a couple. This gap right here between this low and this high, this is all downside delivery. So let's get this drawn out. We'll make it blue. And this is a nice high premium for price to try and trade to create a potential high off the week. And then we have this high right here. Now, the fact that we ran so aggressively higher like that on a Wednesday is saying to me that we're likely going to get a Thursday reversal, because they're not just going to keep pushing price higher for the entire week. Like, I'm expecting some kind of pullback. We just need to find out where that's likely to be and how it's going to deliver. We also have this fair value gap here, so we'll bring our attention to this as well. And then, like I said, I'm happy to go into Thursday rallying, and then I wouldn't be surprised if we saw price turn around. So let's just get this drawn out. We have this fair value gap to fill. If we get through that, then I'm looking at this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was a high and then we got some kind of reversal and started seeing some retracement as we reach into that Thursday. Because like I said, we've been trading pretty much higher from Tuesday which is a lot of upside delivery. So we might find ourselves seeing displacement on the Thursday. So nonetheless, let's drop down to the 15-minute, take a closer look. Again, consolidation. We might continue to consolidate. I want to see this bullish order block hold its position. We'll look at the 50% level specifically. Drag that through. And then, like I said, in London, I'd like to think a low could maybe get made there. Then we see some rallying, reach into this. If we close it and we turn around at that point, I'll be happy to go short. And then where would I be aiming for? Well, I'd be looking at the midpoint of, I'll be looking at this low right here. The midpoint of Wednesday's low. So I'll be looking at this for sell side liquidity, if we are to get a reversal, that is. And then it'll be the low of the day as well, depending on how bullish, how bearish we are, and how this news sends us. So yeah, I hope that all makes sense. Basically, I want to see a continued rally. However, we should anticipate some kind of potential reversal on the Thursday because of how much rallying we've had from Tuesday and us, reaching such a high premium and running out these stops. Because remember, this was my weekly target, and we've already ran to it with ease as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some kind of pullback towards the end of the week. So yeah, hope that all makes sense, guys. Let's now check out GBP USD. We'll start on the daily. There's our target reached. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's go to the daily. Beautiful down close. And like I said, let's go on the weekly actually. I do believe so there's a weekly fair value gap here. I did have it marked out at the beginning of the week. I don't know why I got rid of it. And then we have the low of the week right there. So let's low of the fair value gap. So this is the high. This is the low of the fair value gap. This is the high of the fair value gap. Here's the daily. You can see our price rejected, traded lower, running past the 50% level. So now I want to see, okay, can we fill that fair value gap? And how does it treat it once we fill it? So once we get to the bottom, it's very likely we may find, it may find support there. If we dig through it, then I'm looking at this daily fair value gap. And to be honest, if we do go lower than this, if we go lower than the low of that weekly fair value gap, I'll say that again. If we go lower than the low of this weekly fair value gap, then it's likely we'll be seeing dollar rally higher than this fair value gap and running up into that rejection block level I was talking about, which is completely fine. Because remember, I'm expecting a continuation until we see a reversal. So let's continue on GBP. Let's now drop down to the 4 hour, see what we can find. Beautiful delivery to the downside, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice rejection at the breaker. Let's go to the 1 hour and take a closer look. So you can see how we traded lower. Obviously, we finally reached our stop. Our lows are Friday. Are they Friday lows? Should be, yeah, Friday lows. Slight consolidation. But like I said, as we move into the Thursday, I just want to see it fall straight out of bed and continue lower to reach to the low of that weekly fair value gap. Then I want to see how it treats it. Let's check the 15-minute. You can see heavy consolidation. Not heavy, but like light consolidation. And like I said, I would like to think that we can anticipate a potential reversal around 8:30. So if we're hanging around this low and it comes to 8:30 and we're seeing resistance support found at this low and it's coming up to 8:30, so around 8 o'clock specifically, and we're seeing support, then I'd likely anticipate a reversal at that 8:30 news release. If we're like below it, obviously I'd want to see this get filled, and I'll just happily let price continue to fall. Not a problem. Let's check out euro. That's pretty much everything I have to say on pound. Let me quickly show you the daily dividers and what I mean, actually. So we'll get that delineated like so. We'll get that delineated, and we'll get today delineated. And like I said, we'll probably consolidate during Asia, London open, trade lower, create a low, and then I'd wait for the news release to see, okay, are we going to see some kind of retracement? And what would I be looking for? Exactly the same as what I said on dollar. First, the 50% level off Wednesday, and then potentially the highs off Wednesday. Seems crazy. It does seem crazy, especially with how bearish we're being right now. But like I said, for us to reach our not weekly, it pretty much was our weekly target. For me, seeing us reach that like that is saying to me, okay, let's be a little bit careful because we still got Thursday and Friday with high impact news at 8:30 time. So we do need to be very careful and anticipate that we may get a reversal at some point. So, but until then, until we've reached this, I'm happily bearish. And then, like I said, if we're trading through it, then obviously I'm still bearish until we get here. After that, I'll stay away because we might be very bearish, and that will be interesting. But like I said, it is the end of the month, to be honest, and we are moving into July. So yeah, should be all good. Let's finish up on Euro USD. We didn't trade through this as clean as I wanted. You can see it struggled to get through it. I'm not surprised though, because look at that. You can see it reflected here. And remember, where they're buying, they're selling on the way down. Smart money's buying here and they're selling on the way down. So we're expecting lower prices. It helps support that idea. So let's go to the daily. And you'll see that beautiful down close day. Again, we do want to see a continued rally to the downside, but eventually we're expecting a potential reversal based off the fact that we've reached that low so quickly in the week. So let's look at this rejection block level right here. Why is this a rejection block level? The same reason, guys, that dollar, that I'm looking at this rejection block, same thing. So as price trades into, I'll be looking at this range specifically for price to trade down into, and I'd want to see, can it provide support? If it can, great. We can look at the 50% level, which is also what we call consequent encroachment, and then we may be able to start hunting for higher prices. But until we get down there, I'm happily bearish. So let's go down to the 4 hour, and you can see we're just consolidating around that, consolidating inside of the consolidation. I do want to see that Wednesday low get ran. Let's scroll over here, see if we can see anything. Nice bullish order block right there. But let's go on the 1 hour now. We've got this low, and you see how we just tagged it. They're going to build stops below there, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a nice swoosh down to grab all that, and then, like I said, get a nice potential Thursday reversal. Potential. What do we have over here? There's the bullish order block. We might as well mark it out just so that we have it for reference. Definitely keep an eye on that. If we trade through that bullish order block, then, like I said, we're probably way more bearish than I expected, and then obviously way more bullish on dollar, and with that means we'll probably be reaching for the highs. But if we're not reaching for those highs, I'm looking for that bullish order block on the hourly to get respected, and then, like I said, potentially see some kind of retracement. Let's drop down to the 15-minute. An absolutely disgusting day. Well, not disgusting day, but disgusting consolidation for euro, as you can see. Not the best environments. So, you know, definitely be careful with euro on that one, but we may find that euro has a stronger reaction if we do see a turn in the market. Let's scroll over here, look at the 15 minutes, see if we see anything even lower. And would you look at that, guys? A fair value gap inside of that order block and a breaker. So you see how these PD arrays are overlapping with each other on the different time frames? This is what we call confluence, because it's giving us more reason to expect it. We've got a breaker, low, high, lower low, last up close candle. We've got the bullish order block on the hourly, this blue level, remember I marked that out, and now we've got a fair value gap as well. There's no reason price shouldn't turn there, unless, like I said, we are extremely bearish and I'm underestimating it. But yeah, I hope that all makes sense, guys. I hope you've had a good day. Join the mailing list, join the Discord, smash subscribe, smash like, drop a comment, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.